Hello, welcome to Prime Sports with me, Razak Musbao. Now, tonight, the Minister for Youth and Sports, Mustafa Usif, has denied having a hand in the closure of the Accra Sports Stadium in December for concert. Now, at the public account meeting today, the minister was grilled on the closure of the Accra Sports Stadium in December by the National Sports Authority, which forced football clubs in the country to find alternative venues for their games. A decision which was widely criticized by the Ghanaian football environment. Now, appearing before the Public Account Committee with the National Sports Authority, the minister said sports stadiums are to be used mainly for sporting activities and that he did not authorize the decision by the National Sports Authority.
What is the primary purpose of our sports stadia? Sporting activity, religious activity, entertainment. What's the primary purpose of our sporting facilities?
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the main purpose of our sporting activities, sporting facilities, is for us to use those facilities to develop talent, and also for competitions, whether national or international competitions.
As Minister for Youth and Sports, did you authorize the suspension of sporting activities at our major stadia, the Accra Sports Stadium and Kumasi Sports Stadium, over the festive period, the December period? Did you, as Minister for Youth and Sports, suspend the use of the stadia?
No.
You did not?
No, I did not.
Are you aware that the National Sports Authority, under the direction of the Director General, suspended use of the sports stadia for footballing activities in the middle of the Ghana Premier League?
Yes, I'm aware. And I did call him to ask, and he said and my major concern was on the pitch, because the pitch during that time, even though the National Sports Authority by law is the authority having the powers to manage all the sporting facilities for us and to ensure that they are in good shape. Once we have a major tournament coming, the African Games, and we have also the Premiership ongoing, my major concern is how much are we getting from these social events that we are giving out to these facilities to, whether even if they use it, we're able to maintain this facility. It's something that I've engaged the Director General that going forward, this should not be done, because at the end of the day, once whatever you get from them, pay the fees and charges that has been approved for the authority to collect, whatever they are going to get from these social big events that they organize, might not be able to maintain them.
Okay.
But under rigorous questioning by Ningo Prampram, a member of Parliament, Sam George, Director General of the National Sports Authority, Professor Peter Chumi, justified the decision by his outfit, insisting that there was nothing wrong with the directive he took. He explained that political parties are also allowed to use the stadia for their event. He revealed that the revenue from hiring out these stadia for concerts are enough to get the facility back in shape for sports and activities.
The calculations that we have done with the various events, which have a certain component of it, which we call the pitch insurance cover, is able to restore. It's able to restore. I think if you remember, before we shifted our sporting activities to other stadia, we had made mention of this to all stakeholders, that in December, a particular period will be used for other events which are not sporting. And the revenue for it to be able to recover entirely everything. And if you remember, by January 9th, my minister sent a visitor, inspection team, which was led by Chief Director here. And I think I have all this evidence here, to come and check whether we have been able to recover the pitch. And it's fully done.
You still have not answered my question.
It's fully done. The usage of the stadium for other purposes, like, for example, congresses. I think MPP, NDC congresses, they were all held there. They were all held there. Other non-sporting activities occurring in our stadia, it's not new. This is not the first time Professor Chumi is granting permission for the usage of the facility for other non-sporting. It's done all the time. Even in this independence celebration, we did it in Tamale, we did it in Cape Coast Stadium, we did it in Accra Sports Stadium. We do it. But the question is, are you able to recover it and get back the sporting activity? Yes, we do. We're able to recover. So that's exactly what we have done.
Away from that, the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, has hinted on plans to build the new Black Stars on homegrown footballers. It comes on the back of poor performances of the senior men's national team in recent African Cup of Nations. The former president attributed the performance he describes as abysmal to the absence of court football, which develops footballers at the early stages. Together with the Ghana Football Association, the NDC is promising to rebuild the Black Stars with homegrown players, not discounting opportunity for foreign-based Ghanaians.
We just came from the African Cup of Nations, and we performed abysmally, disastrously. And we performed abysmally because we are not growing our football. We are not, before we used to have the Colts, and every district used to organize its Colts League, and they picked the promising players from there. We used to have the academicals. The schools used to play against each other, and we picked the promising players from there before we come to under 17 and then all the other age groups. Unfortunately, all that has collapsed. And so we're going to work with the Football Association to start catching them young from when they are young so that we can train them and give them to local teams. They will play, get experience before, if they even want to travel abroad, they can travel. But we will build the new Black Stars based on homegrown players, domestic players who have trained together for a long time and work as a team. And then we'll bring the foreign ones to come and blend with them. If you bring only foreign players, they don't play together, they play in their individual teams. And then when it's time for competition, you bring them and come and tell them to play. It won't work. The core of the Black Stars must be made by domestic players who have played together for a long time. We'll keep camping them and they keep practicing together. And then when we are going for a competition, we can bring some of the foreign players to join the domestic players, and you'll see that we'll have a better team. And so we're going to overhaul Ghana football in collaboration with the Ghana Football Association. And all the football associations from the district up, you are going to be busy because we'll send you resources so that you can hold football galas in your districts and you identify the players for us. And when you identify the players, we will give them scholarships, we'll send them to secondary school, we'll watch them as they grow and they play, and eventually they'll end up in the national teams. And so we'll do all this in collaboration with the Ghana Football Association. And then, Boko West, you say you've been left out. AstroTurfs have been distributed, you haven't got your share. You can be sure that when NDC comes, you will get your AstroTurf, a beautiful one.
It's on that note that we'll bring an end to Prime Sports with me, Razak Musbah. We'll be back tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Do have a lovely evening.